Hi everyone and Happy New Year! This is my first video in 2020, and what a better way to start a new year than to look at something so beautiful as Echeverias. Today I want to show you close up my Echeveria collection and give you names of all of the Echeverias that I have, which will hopefully help you identify your plants, and also share some tips for propagation and care for this group of succulents. So when I started collecting succulents about 4.5 years ago, I didn't have Echeverias, and I really was certain that I'm not going to collect them. I don't know why I wasn't attracted to this group of succulents. I think it was about 2 years into my collecting succulents that I got a first Echeveria, which was Echeveria Perle von Nurnberg. And then in the last year and a half, I acquired so many of them, and I really enjoyed beautiful colors and shapes, and they're just so festive, so pretty. They look like, you know, they came from a wedding or an event arrangement because they're shaped like rosettes, and they pretty much look like they're always blooming. They look like blooms. So I'm really excited to show you how they're doing. They have been inside this year for the first time, and I concluded here in Michigan with that short window of 5 months of nice weather that we have, that Echeverias do better staying inside whole year under LED lights. I'm gonna take them off the shelves so you can see them close up. So let's start. So here is my Echeveria Perle von Nurnberg, looking pretty good. It's under fluorescent lights. They're very sensitive when you touch them, you know, that film gets removed. And these are propagations. They have been struggling with mealybugs, so I had to spray them a few times, but they are growing and they're looking pretty good. They're all rooted, and yeah, this is where they had some mealybugs right at the bottom of the stem. And then I have another one here that was beheaded, so that one is also growing. 2 new rosettes, and this one I wasn't really 100% sure if it's a Perle von Nurnberg or something similar to it. It was, I think, part of the arrangement that I got at some point in the past. Then here I have Echeveria Lilacina, or Ghost Echeveria. I'm not sure if this is the same one. I think it is, because it looks pretty much same shape and color. This one got a little bit more pink because it's closer to the light. Then I have Echeveria Shaviana here, a beautiful rosette that's like a bluish purplish color. And then here are my topsy-turvy Echeverias. Actually, these two I got from Emily in Swap. And then these are Echeverias that were mine. I propagated a ton of topsy-turvy Echeverias. They're very prolific Echeverias. And they were outside, so they did stretch a bit, and I ended up beheading and propagating these two. And I think that they have a compact look again. But they're growing some more babies here underneath. They usually have a lot of babies. Here I have something that looks very similar to Echeveria Laui, but I don't think it is. Maybe it's some kind of hybrid. Really pretty light pink with a little bit of purple. Then this is Echeveria Prolifica that hasn't been very prolific in the last half a year. They are kind of resting during the summertime, so it was noticeable how it started growing in fall. It was quite small all through the summer, and then it just like started growing and getting into big rosette and started shooting a new one. So finally it's kind of, I can see some progress with it. This is my Echeveria imbricata that I got from Mountain Crest Gardens, and it hasn't really grown very much. I don't know why. So there is another one that I have that's kind of similar to it. I don't know if it's Echeveria Atlantis or also Echeveria imbricata. I'm not 100% sure, but there is some difference with leaves and color. And then there is here Echeveria Violet Queen. And this one that I don't know ID really tiny. It has been tiny for quite a while. So here I have a Echeveria that I got from Ted's Greenhouses in Chicago. I think it looks like some kind of hybrid, so I'm not sure about the exact ID of this one. This one here I also don't have ID. It's beautiful. It has like a really interesting shape of leaves. It did have mealybugs and I sprayed it here with alcohol, so it had a little bit of damage on the leaf, but this is all new growth, so it looks really pretty. So if you know the name of this one, I would really love to know. And then I have Echeveria Elegans. It's kind of cute looking. And then Echeveria Elegans Blue, which I had a really big one and I beheaded it. These were just, I think, leaf propagations, and I ended up selling the bigger head and save these little ones that keep growing. So here is my Echeveria Neon Breaker. It's just so beautiful. I love this Echeveria and the colors and shape of leaves. It was so tiny for so long, and I could just see in the end of fall that it started perking up and growing bigger. Then this is my Echeveria Rainbow that really loves being under pink LED lights, and it's doing really well. I think it's recovering and growing new leaves, so I'm really happy. This one definitely produced roots faster than the other one, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. Then I have Echeveria LoLa. It's just such a cute Echeveria. You see there's like blue and pink. I feel like the camera cannot even catch all the colors well. Just so pretty. And then there's tiny little rosettes there. And then here is my beheaded Echeveria Petra's Pearl that he's growing a lot of rosettes, but it kept getting mealybugs. Actually, it had mealybugs when I beheaded it, and they just kept reappearing, so I had to just now spray it, so it's not going to go back under LED lights. This is the head, this is the stem, and this is one of the leaves, and they all are, this one rooted and just so mealybug there, so I had to spray it. So these are kind of clean from the mealybugs, but they are not looking the best. So here is some of the darker color Echeverias. I have here Echeveria finis, or popularly called Black Knight. I love this beautiful, you know, dark, deep red, black color that it gets when it's under lights. Then I have Echeveria purpurorum that gets this red color when under LED lights. Then I have here Echeveria Silver Queen, also beautiful one. It did have mealybugs, so it has been sprayed, and I don't know if it's that caused this damage on the leaves or it's edema, but this one is struggling a little bit. It's actually firm. I don't think it's going to be lost, but it doesn't look at its best. And then I have here Echeveria Painted Frills. It's just so much fun, like such beautiful colors. And then this one here is Echeveria Mensa. I think I got this one rosette from Home Depot, and it kind of rotted half away, I think in May when I was on vacation, and it started fixing itself, and from that half a plant it started growing 3 rosettes that were attacked by mealybugs, and I had to spray them, so that's where the damage on these leaves. But this is all new growth this fall, and it's really firm, beautiful colors. I really like this one. And then I have here Echeveria Hagai Tolimiensis, I think it's called. Gets this very interesting deep purple that's very unique compared to any other Echeverias. And shape of this Echeveria is different. It almost reminds to Graptovarias. And this one also had some kind of fungus, and I had to, you know, behead the plant to throw away the top because it wasn't doing well, and I just wanted to see what happens. And it started growing 3 rosettes, and they all seem to be pretty good, pretty healthy. They were attacked by mealybugs at some point, and I had to spray them, but overall, here is the one that leaf. Overall, they're doing really good. And then here is Echeveria Chroma pretty fussy Echeveria, but it seems to be doing well under LED lights. I have been trying not to water it too much. Some of the leaves do have a little bit of blackish, so I don't know if it got burned or I sprayed it accidentally with something. So here I have what I think it's Echeveria Allegra. I'm not 100% sure. Then I have the one that's opposite from Topsy Turvy. My brain stopped, but I will find ID for this one. And this one kind of is growing really like smaller in the center, so I don't know why that does that. A few Echeverias do that. Then there is Echeverias subcellis that is doing really good in the last 2 months. It was quite small all through the summer. And then I have a Dusty Rose. I had one rosette, and I think I sold that beautiful rosette and beheaded it, and then 2 new ones grew out of it. They're just so pretty. So I don't know if I'm gonna behead these again and propagate more. They grew pretty fast. And then I have Echeveria pulidonis, which I find one of the most fussy Echeverias. They just keep losing leaves. I don't know, like if I don't water them, then they dry. If I water them, then they have loose leaves, like it's too much water, and they're like super dry when I water them. So they're like, I find them really fussy, but they're really pretty, very distinct from other Echeverias with that red edges on the leaves. So here is my Echeveria Compton Carousel that I just recently got, and I think this is the 5th leaf that it's losing. So these come with as cuttings, and they take a while to root, so they lose a lot of leaves while they're rooting. It's a very fussy, I think sensitive Echeveria, so let's cross fingers it's gonna make it. Then this one here, I would love to know ID for this one. Somebody, I think Emily said maybe it's LoLa, but it's not. I have LoLa and it's very different. Anyway, it was growing, it was very prolific, kind of like Topsy Turvy, and it was growing a lot of babies underneath. So this is where it was originally, and I beheaded it, and I will show you when I decided to do that. It's a beautiful, beautiful rosette. Here it is, guys. Just gorgeous. I prepared already a pot for it, so I'm just gonna place a little bit of rooting hormone on it, and this time, since I cannot place it in, I'm gonna just use the brush to get a little bit of rooting hormone on. Doesn't have any debris, so it's ready to go. There. And these are the babies. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I see. So I'm gonna clean up the debris a little bit because some of them were having dry leaves, and I'm gonna try to give it good place under lights, and hopefully they will grow bigger. And these are all babies since I beheaded it. You know, they are growing big now, so I might be beheading some of them and placing in a separate pot. And then this beautiful Echeveria I got from a clearance arrangement, which I can post a link to that video below in the description. And I removed a few of the bottom leaves, and they grew so fast, guys, because I got this, I think, end of fall or end of summer, about 4 months ago, I would say. And it was growing, you know, when I decided to propagate there, look at how big these rosettes are now. This is just from leaf that just finally dried up, and I think this is actually 3 rosettes in one. And then this one is also has 3 rosettes from this leaf. This leaf I placed in the pot a little bit later. And then There is 2 more leaves here that are also growing. So I'm thinking to remove more leaves from this one and just place them 1 leaf in each pot and propagate these, because these are a lot of fun, and maybe I can sell some of these in spring. Look at how beautiful they are. Beautiful colors and shape. And here is my Echeverias Raindrops, like so beautiful. These are giant raindrops. I don't know how I touched these edges. I think when I was moving and watering pots, but it was like perfect for so long. It's still looking beautiful. It actually has quite a long now stem, and I'm thinking to maybe behead this one, which would be so exciting to grow more babies from this one. This is the beheaded gift from Emily that I got after my dog Deacon died, and that one rooted in about a week and a half. And look at, guys, how many raindrops it's growing on leaves. It's still drying these bottom old leaves, but it's growing beautiful new leaves, very compact look. And this is the beheaded stem that's growing a lot of rosettes, guys, just all around, and they're starting to form new little drops. And this one is on the edge of the light, so maybe I need to put it a little bit closer so that these rosettes, which is the same one as this one, can get a more compact and more look and more color. Here is some of the more green color Echeverias. So all the way here I have this big Echeveria Agavoides that I've been having for quite a while. And then this is Echeveria Agavoides lipstick with a beautiful, these red tips that look like they're painted. This is an intruder that I should have showed you with my Greptoveria and Greptopetalum collection. This is Greptoveria Silver Star, and I bought that one with 1 rosette and then started splitting in 2 rosettes and growing another one on the side. So really, really interesting plant. And then I have 2 painted Echeverias or Echeverias nodulosus. Then here is Tacitus bellus. I have 2 of those. Really interesting ones. Very unique color and shape. And then here is some more of Echeveria Agavoides. This one was attacked by mealybugs, recovering. And this one I beheaded because it had a kind of long stem. This is one of the new ones I got. And this, I think it's called Lime, Echeveria Lime. And I just love the shape of this one. It had it was just 1 head rosette, and I think it had some kind of issue with leaves. Anyway, I beheaded that head. This is the head, and then 2 of these branches grew out of it, and a very unique light green color with a little bit of that orangish reddish edging. Really pretty. I almost forgot this one, which is a beautiful Echeveria Fabiola, and it's also kind of dark green color Echeveria. So when it comes to watering, I've been watering my Echeverias all through the year, once a week, except when I was on vacation a few times a year. They would probably have like 2 weeks without water. I love Ray's advice. He has his own channel, dunking your Echeverias in the rainwater. So that's what I've been doing this year. I don't know if that's the reason why they did so well for me this year, but I would, whenever I collect the rainwater, I would dunk the whole pot in the water so it soaks well, and I would sometimes even pouring the rainwater on top of it, imitating them being outside on the rain. And then I would just kind of blow the water, dry them maybe in front of the fan, and put them back under lights. When it comes to soil, my mix is, let me show you. So I use 1/3 of this organic cactus mix, brand Espelma. This is the name of the brand. So 1/3 of this, 1/3 of perlite, and 1/3 of cocoa brick that I've been, that's so easy for me to set apart in the water, and it creates very, very airy soil where plants easily grow roots. I've been using plastic pots because that's just easier for me, and I like to have them matching and not being hard, difficult and heavy to move. I have fan running all the time in this room, so I want them to have good ventilation. And when it comes to propagation, as you can see from my other videos and from today's video, you can either behead them and top of rosette, place in the soil and root. You can leave half of the stem or the bottom stem and leave in the soil and water, and it will grow new rosettes. Or you can propagate leaves. It's all very fun to do and see grow. When you have lights, I think you can see the results faster, so I would highly recommend you try. Light Spider Farmer has been working really well with the Echeverias. Fluorescent lights have been working pretty good, but not with all Echeverias. I think that Spider Farmer and pink lights have worked better with my Echeverias than fluorescent lights, but I do have about 15 Echeverias that are under fluorescent lights that seem to be doing okay. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed my Echeveria collection. If you have any more questions that I haven't answered through this video, you can post them below. I will see you soon in the next video.